are going to set up for the students for a quiz. The students already have their accounts on Google Classroom, and I use a program called Quizizz, available at quizizz.com. A lot of gamification features. Students have an easy time with it. Overall, generally, we're talking about, generally, my students are ESL students, second language students, and seems to come easy to them. In any case, I've got my quiz already set up on quizizz.com. And if this doesn't show up, you'll have a menu option over here where it will come up with these menu options on the side and a sidebar. So you could say find my quiz. You could go to my quizzes. I know that mine is pretty much at the top because I recently built it. And there's mine. And today's quiz is Langston Hughes, his poem I Too. So I'm going to click on that. And there you go. Now, when you send it to Google Classroom, the option that is for it to launch over on that side is to assign homework. Now, of course, you have all these other options, but the one that sends it to Google Drive is assign homework. Once you click that button, you give a deadline. So today could be next week. It could be Monday, let's say the 4th. Or let's give them till Monday, let's say, as an example. Let's say till the 6th. Excuse me, my date is here. Till the 6th. Host the game. It says share a link. Now you could share a link and you could post that. However, watch what happens here. Okay? You can ask your participants to join through google.com. Now, notice you don't have that option here. So what would be the reason? Notice there's no Google Classroom here. So you say, well, that's odd. I thought it was set up for Google Classroom. But if you look over here, it says assign. So now I can say, aha, let's see. It's telling me I've already assigned this on Google Classroom. So let's go to another quiz. Go to my quizzes, and let us say that we are working on a persuasive speech, and there's Barack Obama's speech, which we covered. State of the Union address, and I'm going to assign, or I did assign, a quiz on that on week 3, and end of the 6 weeks, we're going to review that. We're going to review our persuasive techniques. I'll click on that. And again, assign homework. Right there's my quiz. Assign homework. Okay. Now notice in this one, what appears? Assign to a class. And this says it's optional, which means you can give them the code and they could go ahead and log in to quizizz.com, put in the code, and they can do that whenever they want. But then you have to look at the list, see who's done. Some of them will say, hey, look, I didn't get to do it before it was closed, before the quiz was closed. And sometimes you won't realize, and the quiz just shuts off because the computer restarted or maybe timed out. And so here's where we go. We go to assign to a class. And then you select. Then you select your Google Classrooms. You can assign all of them at once. Okay. In this case, I'm going to set it up for my one class, which is a practice class. No students are assigned to it. So, and I can give a name. Okay. This is practice pre-final persuasive text. Okay. And then I'm done with that, and I go to next. All right. And it tells me a little reminder, say, hey, don't forget to click the assign game button at the top. I assign this, and again, this is only for the fourth period, but you can assign it to all of them at the same time. And then click, but I'm going to assign the game. Okay, those are my options. Okay, assign the game. and you get this screen that says this quiz has been assigned to Google Classroom. And at some point it will give you an alert. And I think that was the alert, assigned to Google Classes successfully. Works pretty fast. And that one was assigned, and over here, this one was assigned. So it gives, and it tells me, it reminds me what the deadline was. But I could also go into my reports, and it's telling me what has been assigned and what is currently running. So, and I just noticed there is here a quiz here that was, if you're not careful, you have this quirk where you delete a quiz, but you don't come back here and you check what's running, and it's still running. So I'll just go ahead and check over on the Google side of things, and I'll meet you there. Has anyone been able to access or has anybody accessed the quiz for today?
Yeah.
All right. Have you taken it?
No, I'm just gonna take it right now.
Okay, so let's do this. Let us, are you able to share the screen? Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I would ask that if you share the screen and you walk us through what it looks like to, yeah, go open up through Quizizz. So this is what David is looking at. This is what David is looking at. All right. And he's going to go ahead.
You can see it, right?
Correct, thank you.
So
So
just
that's
go right here to this.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
stream.
I think this is from phone, right?
Yeah, it's strange the way it gives me two icons. I thought the first time that it was that I posted it twice, but no, that's the way it presents itself with those two. And I thought that, well, maybe on your end it will look different, but at the student end, this is what it looks like at the student end. So go ahead and click the first one.
That one?
Yeah, let's see. So it asks you to sign in, even though David, you are signed into Google Class right now, correct? Because that's how you got into Google Classroom, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you notice that it asks you to go and sign in again. And the reason this happens is so that you are able to sign in as your Google account, using your Google account, and you don't have to sign in or sign up through Quizizz. And normally you don't, but this sends the scores directly to me immediately instead of me opening a file with a bunch of scores on it and looking at your scores. Great. So go ahead, David, if you don't mind, walking us through this quiz as you take it, and feel free to ask any questions as you take the quiz. Some extra guidance, since you are the first.
It's not a ticket already.
Okay. Apparently she's playing now.
Yeah.
And the leaderboard should be on, which means we should be able to track your progress. This is the countdown saying it is being launched. And there's your first question. And feel free
What
to
is the subject of Like 2 by Langston Hughes?
think out loud any questions that might come to mind as you take the quiz.
I can go to the reading, right? To the
Absolutely.
text.
Absolutely. And of course, let's say that you're at home and you're not on the video and you're on this quiz. Is there a way for me to stop you from accessing your reading?
Nah.
No, and I encourage you and I want you to look at your reading, look for the evidence in the quiz. Now, while you navigate here, let me go ahead and point out that you can, in the future, download the document so that you can have it offline, so that you can look at it and have it open before you get online or after you get online, or of course, during your quiz. All right, there's your own copy.
Okay.
All right, David.
Okay.
Go
Well,
ahead. I'm going to give you some privacy on your quiz, and go ahead and stop sharing the quiz, and we will get back to you in about 10 minutes, or if you're done before that, it really should, with the short answer questions, take a little more than that. But we are going to meet again. It's 9:12. Let's give you and others 10 minutes to go through the questions, open up the reading if they have to, or open up another piece of information if they have to. And I will be here at 9:22. Actually, I will not leave, but we will resume as a class in a shared screen at 9:22.
okay.
But stop sharing your screen, mute your
I did
audio,
already.
get some privacy for the next 10 minutes. We will regroup at 9:22. If you're just joining us, our students were currently taking a test that had been assigned through Quizizz.com. Now, Quizizz.com is I'd like to start with, it's a gamified version of quizzing. It is similar to the, it is similar to Kahoot in the sense that it's got colorful, gamey features for a quiz, multiple choice, but also Quizizz allows short answer questions, a number of functions that are very useful for the data conscious, the data collection conscious, and all sorts of other features. But one truly remarkable feature is that it is integrated with Google Classroom. Students, let me know how that integration goes. We walked you through it this morning to show you how easy it was for my students to be alerted to the quiz. It was already announced on the Google Drive. Students only have to click on it, access it. The login is already done to Google Classroom, so Google Quizizz only verifies that the student is indeed the student he says he is through the Google Classroom sign-on.